This is our new chapter that we'll learn it today. So first of all, I'm going to tell you about who has written this story. So this story is written by Ruskin Bond, a very famous writer, and maybe you all have heard his name before. Ruskin Bond is a very famous writer who has written around 600 novels, and his novels are always very motivating, related to humor, wisdom, and so on. And it's so glad to know that Ruskin also won Padma Shri Award, okay, and Sahitya Kala Award in his books. So this story basically, the boy who broke the bank, is also written by that famous writer Ruskin Bond. So you can see here, this is the summary written. Summary is like what we are going to learn in this chapter. So in this story, the boy who broke the bank, Ruskin Bond depicts how rumors, basically here it shows rumors spread like a wildfire. Basically, there is one bank in the village where we can write bank. Okay, and when rumor spread of this bank, like this bank is about to go to bankrupt. Now, the washerman tells Mrs. Srivastav that the sweeper boy of People Nagar Bank has not been paid his salary and is looking for a job. A little later, Mrs. Srivastav meets her friend Mrs. Bhushan in the market. So here, washerman is a character in this story who is just telling to Mrs. Srivastav that this People Nagar Bank is not even paying salary to their employees, and one employee from that bank is looking for a new job. Okay, and after that, after hearing this news, Mrs. Srivastav basically met his friend in the market. Then she comments that Seth Govindram Bank cannot pay to its employees. Now they both are having conversation in between that this bank is owned by Seth Govindram. Here name is also written. Seth Govindram Bank cannot pay to its employees, and even the sweepers are also not receiving their wages of the month. Mrs. Bhushan concludes that none of the employees must be getting paid. After that, they all are just spreading the news. Now, firstly, Mrs. Srivastav, now Mrs. Bhushan also spreading the news like a wildfire. Oh, they are not getting paid. She is sure that bank must be a bad way. Now, Mrs. Bhushan said to everyone that the condition of this bank is very bad, very worsened. And she told this thing to her husband that the bank is going to bankrupt. Bankrupt means when bank is not having sufficient money to pay to its client. So the news spread rapidly and there is a panic and confusion. So basically this is very suspenseful story in which we'll learn what will happen now. So let's start our story, reading our chapter. Now the story starts from here. Now the character is given Nathu. Just a minute. Here is a character in our story, and character is name is firstly Nathu. He is Nathu. And story will talk about a bank, and the bank is located in People Nagar village. People Nagar village. Now see, Nathu grumbled to himself. Here meaning of grumbled is like talking to himself only when we are having conversation, when we are just murmuring to ourselves only. So Nathu was just talking to himself only as he swept. Swept means cleaning the floors with the help of broom. Okay. Cleaning the steps of the People Nagar bank. So basically Nathu is a employee who is working in this bank. Nathu is an employee who is working in this bank. So as a sweeper. So the profession of Nathu was that he was working as a sweeper. Now the bank the bank is basically owned by, the owner of this bank was Sage, not able to change, Sage Govind Rao. He is the owner of this People Nugget's bank. Now, see, he used the small broom hurriedly and carelessly, and the dust, after rising in a cloud above his head, settled down again on the sand. Basically, he was just using the small broom, and he was not sincere towards his work. He is just using the broom, and very carelessly he was doing his work. And after with the broom hurriedly and carelessly, all the dust again gone in clouds and then rising on the heads and again gone back to the floor. Okay. Now, as Nathu was banging his pan, here we can say pan is like the dust pad from which we collect the garbage of our house. So he was handling with his hand the dust pad, and he was just banging. Okay, banging here means we can say like here is a dustbin, and here we are carrying the dustpan. So just throwing it like this against a dustbin. Sitaram, then what happened? Sitaram, the washerman son. Again, new character came in the story. Firstly, Nathu, as we have seen, and now the new character in the story is Sitaram. Basically, the profession of Sitaram was, he was doing laundry services. Laundry services like washing the clothes and ironing the clothes. So, the Sitaram, the washerman son, passed by. It means here Nathuram was standing and Sitaram was gone from that side only. Now, Sitaram was on delivery round. Okay, he was just handling the clothes and he was on delivery round. He had a bundle of freshly pressed means ironed clothes balanced on his head. All the clothes that are ironed by him, he was carrying on his head. Now, he is saying to Nathu that don't raise such dust. He called out to Nathu. As we are seeing that Nathu was very carelessly doing his work. Okay, all the dust are just roaming here and there. Now he is saying, are you annoyed because they are still refusing to pay you an extra 2 rupees a month? Now Sitaram, this character. Now see, this is Sitaram and this is Nathu. Now Sitaram is asking from Nathu, are you annoyed? Annoyed means are you irritated just because this bank manager is not paying extra 2 rupees per month to you? Okay, this is the question asked by Sitaram from Nathu. Now, he is saying, I don't want to wish to talk about it, complained the sweeper boy. Now, this Nathu sweeper boy is saying that I don't want to talk about on this topic, and I haven't even received my regular pay, and this is the 20th of the month. Basically, for example, you can say like the October salary, the salary of full October, we should receive in 1st of November. 1st of November, we all should get our salary, but this is the 20th of the month. 20th of the month, and still bank has not paid the poor man's salary. Now, who would think a bank would hold a poor man's salary? Now he is just so annoyed just because this is 20th of the month and he is not getting his salary. So who will work? Who will trust on the bank that they are not even paying salary to their poor employees? As soon as I get my money, I am off. Not another week I work in this place. Now he is saying, if I will get my salary maybe on 20 or 21st, 22nd, then I will leave this job. I will not work here anymore. I will look for another job. This is very toxic place for me. Now see here. Let's continue what will happen next. As Nathu banged the pan, as Nathu banged the pan against the dustbin several times, just to emphasize his point and giving himself confidence. So the same activity he was doing, just banging the pan against the dustbin. He was just trying to make sure that what I am going to do is correct or no. Well, I wish you luck. Now, Sitaram, washerman's son said to him, I wish you luck. I will keep a lookout for any job that might suit you. Okay, so the conversation ongoing between Nathu and Sitaram. Sitaram said to Nathu, okay, I really wish you a very luck for your future if you really want to leave this job, but I will tell you more job of the same field in which you are working. Okay, the suitable jobs I will inform to you. Then, and he plodded barefoot along the road, the big bundle of clothes hiding most of his head and shoulder. Now, after seeing this thing, Sitaram carrying all the bundle of clothes, like this much clothes he was having that we can't see his head also. Okay, and he is gone then. At the fourth home he visited, Sitaram heard the lady of the house meant that she was in need of a sweeper. So basically we can say like this is a building, okay, or maybe any area. Now this is first home this is second home, this is third home, and this is fourth home. So after giving clothes in first home, second home, third home, he is gone here. In fourth home, what we can say here, one lady was standing and this lady was having conversation with her neighbor that I am in need of a sweeper, and Sitaram was just going from this way only, and Sitaram heard this thing from the mouth of that lady. Okay, now time is one together. He said, I know of a sweeper boy who is looking for work. Immediately, Sitaram said to this lady that I know a boy who is looking for a job. Okay, and he is with the bank. He can start work from the next month. Okay, like next month we can say here as December he can start his work from 1st of December. Now he is with the bank just now, but this way and he wants to leave. Now Miss Sitaram informed to the lady that he is currently working in a bank and bank is not paying the salary on time to their employees. That's why that sweeper wants to leave that bank, and this is your character story. Mrs. Srivastava said, is that so? She was very shocked. Well, tell him. Okay, let's continue our story. Now Mrs. Srivastava is saying, is that so? Okay, tell him to come and see me tomorrow. Srivastava said to Nathu that you can tell he can come. It was so of service to both a customer and friend. Now see, one was customer. He was able to help to his customer, that he is providing sweeper to his customer, and also he is helping to his friend as he is providing one job to his friend. Okay, that's why Sitaram was so glad that he is helping two people together. Hoisted his bag on his shoulder and went his way. Okay, after carrying all the items, all the stuff he was having, again she and Mrs. Srivastava and also Sitaram gone. Now, Mrs. Srivastav had to do some shopping and she gave instructions to Aya about looking after the baby and told the cook not to be late with the midday meal. कितनी देर का हुआ? क्या? Thank you. So this is basically, we can see here, Mrs. Srivastava want to do some shopping and she was giving some instructions to Aya. Aya is basically a maid as a babysitter about looking after the baby and told the cook not to be late with the midday meal. Then she set out for the People Nagar marketplace to make her customary tour for the cloth shop. Okay, so basically we have seen the village is People Nagar and he wants to go for shopping in the market of the People Nagar. Now, when she will go in People Nagar market, she will meet with a new friends and she will inform this thing to everyone. And in the next video, we'll see how this story will spread like a wildfire. So let's finish it here and continue in our next class. Thank you very much.